Agriculture. The science or practice of farming, including cultivation of the soil for the growing of crops and the rearing of animals to provide food, wool, and other products. There are many different types of agriculture in this world, with each their own set of pros and cons, histories and backgrounds, you name it. The kinds that I'm going over today are intensive smallholder crop and livestock, and truck farming and commercial gardening. Intensive smallholder crop and livestock. This is a type of subsistence farming having little to no surplus of products and is based on the management of a combination of plants and livestock, as the name suggests. This kind of farming is used for family needs, but could also be sold in nearby markets. Products are not transported very far and are only used locally. The products of this kind of farming vary significantly from one region to another. Places where this kind of agriculture is dominant are South America, Africa, Indonesia, the Philippines, and other parts of South Asia. These areas specifically use this kind of agriculture because they all have a warm and wet climate and can grow crops all year round. Many different types of crops and livestock are raised, and it's all up to family preferences and what is available to them. But some common types of crops are things such as beets, beans, peas, carrots, potatoes, tomatoes, peppers, squash, onion, and rice, and some common livestock is poultry, cows, pigs, and goats. This kind of farming is great if you don't enjoy going to the supermarket or having social interactions, as the food source is right outside your window. On a bigger scale, this kind of farming produces close to absolutely no environmentally damaging waste, such as carbon emissions or pesticides. No heavy machinery is used, and more natural ways are used to get rid of crop-eating insects. However, the trade-off for this is that more manpower is required to maintain the farm, and you are responsible for whether or not the products stay in a healthy condition. Truck farming. This kind of farming is on a much larger scale, for the products are distributed to feed thousands, if not millions, of people. It is used widely across the US. The food in your kitchen now is most likely a result of truck farming. Truck farming uses little to no pesticides, meaning that the food is arguably healthier and the environment is safe from runoff chemicals. Land and labor are big in this kind of agriculture, however, when the markets are great, the income is even greater. There could only be 2 or 3 acres of properly managed crops needed to suffice at times. Being a truck farmer means that your hours will be spent doing manual labor, but the reward for this is that your salary would be looking at an easy $60,000 a year, almost twice the average salary measured as of 2019. Now its counterpart, commercial gardening. It requires less land to produce more food than truck farming does, but as a result of this, it does use pesticides and other chemicals to help with the growth of crops. This kind of farming utilizes greenhouses and hydroponics to densely output products. It requires much less labor than truck farming does, and crops can be sold directly to consumers or restaurants or even shipped across the world. Commercial gardening is used mostly in places that produce citrus, which would be Arizona, California, and Florida, but it is still used across all of America. The average salary of this job is $68,000 a year, $8,000 above the average salary of truck farming. If one would consider starting a career in either one of these farming methods, it'd be a choice between less money, more labor, but more environmentally friendly, or more money, less labor, but use chemicals. But it really just boils down to how you feel about the use of pesticides and the environment.